Hi everyone and welcome. So today we're going to be doing the meditation for the throat chakra, and so I decided to do this separately just because I was feeling that we needed to really focus our attention on the throat chakra today, and so I'm doing the meditation in a bit of a longer fashion just separately because I really felt the need. I actually just before recording this meditation, I had a very interesting throat chakra release of of respectful communication and a compassionate form of communication, and I thought it was very representative of the work that we've been doing, and so I really felt like it was a good idea to go ahead and do a separate meditation on the throat chakra. And so I'll get started. And so what I'll do is just as we begin and also as we end, I'm going to ring some bells, kind of like this. Okay, so that way you know that you can come out of the meditation slowly but surely at the end when you hear this sound. And so we'll begin today. I do have a card here for you. It's a bit of a different card than usual. Typically what I show you is a card that looks something like this, but I felt that the other one was a little bit more representative and a lot richer in information, so I decided to go with that one. So I'll ask you to just sit back and relax wherever you are. You can take a minute and lay down if it's any easier. Just sit comfortably in your seat. You can close your eyes if you don't want to look at the picture, or if you'd like to gaze at it and follow through the meditation that way, that's also okay. Whatever you feel is right for you, whatever helps you relax and really start focusing on your throat chakra. And so we'll begin with a few breaths, just in and out, again, just to focus our energy on our breath, on our throat, because when we breathe we can really feel our throat expanding. So in through the nose and out through the mouth. I'll let you do that a few times. Excellent. And as you're slowly starting to sink in and really occupy your body and bring your awareness to the throat center, you can even hold your hand on your throat if you'd like. You can also put a crystal there if you have a crystal with you. We addressed the crystals in today's video, so if you have any available, you could hold them there and just place them on your throat as we go ahead with the meditation. And so I'll start by asking you to gaze at the top of the person's head here. So we do see over here the yantra, right? So we have a circle with 16 purple petals, and so I'd like you to just look at that and kind of slowly start to spin your gaze round and round and round. So just rotating your gaze clockwise. Again, the chakras are vortexes of energy. They're wheels in motion. And so I want you to start picturing that this is the chakra that you're looking at. And in a clockwise motion, the energy is just rotating and rotating, just like those petals are. So if you follow the petals in a clockwise direction, you start to see, or you can start to picture and visualize a little motion there going on. And that's meant to really start the focus of energy on the throat chakra. So you're really starting to build into that motion of the third chakra, of the throat chakra. And next I'll ask you to move your gaze downwards. Notice that there's a pointing downwards triangle. And that triangle is representing the lower energy of the lower chakras being funneled up through the throat. And so I'll give you a minute, take a minute and just really see the energy floating upwards into your throat. And you can even see that on the picture. If you're following with the picture, you see this beautiful plant just climbing up and up and up all the way to the throat. It looks kind of like these roots are kind of coming up, and that's really the energy being funneled upwards into the throat. And from there you can see the person's head, and there's this blooming of flowers here. And that's really that communication aspect. It's the expression of the energy moving upwards through the chakras. It's those 4 elements that we've spent time working through. We started off with the earth element in the root, and then we moved up to the water element in the sacral chakra, and then we moved up to the fire element in the solar plexus. And then moving upwards, we moved into the heart, and we started to work with air. And so now we move up higher and higher, and we get to the throat, which is the healthy expression of the energies of the first 4 chakras, expressing that creativity that comes from them, the purpose, that speaking of your truth that you really want to bring out. And so sit with that for a minute and see how that feels for you. Do you feel that the energy is powerful enough to come up all the way to the throat and express itself fully? Are you fully able to express that feeling that is coming from your heart? Or is the energy coming downward from your mind? Are you fully able to express your thoughts through your mouth and through your throat? You know, is that something that you can do naturally? Is it easy to do, or do you have difficulty with that? And one thing that we'd like to focus on here is to really focus on expressing whatever it is that we cannot express, you know. And so I'd like you to take a minute and really just think of whatever situation comes up in your mind at this point, anything at all that might come up, and think of a situation where you really wanted to say something and you didn't, or you just couldn't muster the courage, or you just didn't have the possibility, or you wanted to stand up but it just didn't happen. And so picture a situation like that has happened to you recently or in the past that you feel it hasn't been resolved. And let it surface. Sit with it for a minute and see, how did you feel when you had something to say? It was right there within you and you really wanted to express it and it just didn't come. You know, sometimes we hold off on saying things and then we regret that we didn't say them. You know, where I should have stood up for myself, I should have done this, I should have said that. And just allow these feelings to surface, and again, don't judge them. They're there for a reason, and there's a reason why you weren't able to stand up to that person or express yourself in that situation. So don't blame yourself for it. You are at a point in time now when you're willing to work on that, and you're ready to step up and take the courage to speak and express your truth, whatever that may be, whether it's just standing up for yourself, speaking up, saying something that you didn't have the courage to say, or really just, you know, sometimes it's really discovering our truth and our purpose, and we have to stand up to that no matter what anyone else tells us. And if there's still things that you're bothered with and they're just sitting there and you're like, oh, I wish I said that, or, you know, I wish I was communicative enough to say it, or, you know, if you find yourself being caught in these patterns, just say it now. Take a moment and say whatever you want to say. And sometimes that might be just telling yourself, I forgive myself for not having been able to speak my mind back then. Or for not being able to speak it calmly. Maybe you were angry and you were so expressive in what you were saying, but you did it with anger and resentment, you know. And so just let that come up, let that surface, and say whatever you have to say. Maybe you have to say it in a nicer way. Maybe you weren't able to say it at all, and now you have the possibility to say it in a compassionate manner. Like I said, maybe it's something as simple as, I forgive myself for not having had the capacity back then to do what I'm able to do now. And that's okay, because now I know better. And I can fully express myself. I can fully let it out. I can express my creativity. I can express my truth. I can express my thoughts and my feelings and my opinions in any way that I want. You know, and we have that right. This is our right to speak, and what we want to do is we want to claim that right to speak, and we want to claim that right to be heard. Sometimes people don't hear us. You know, so again, just sit with that for a minute and see how that feels for you. And I know I don't do this in my previous meditations, but because this particular chakra has to do with chanting and expressing ourselves vocally through the vibration of sound, of the air molecules vibrating to create the sound that comes out of our mouth, I'm actually going to go ahead and and chant one of the mantras that go with this chakra. And each chakra has a mantra that you can work through. I'll do the one for today with you, and you can do this at the same time as me, or you can do it later, or you could just listen. It's up to you. And so the mantra for this is HAM, H-A-M, and it's not ham, but HAM. The A is deeper. It really goes into your throat, and you can feel that the A is a really throaty kind of letter. And so I'll ask you to breathe in and grasp as much air as you can. And as you're sinking into your body and feeling that vibration just ring right through you, I want you to just say out this mantra of hum. And I'll do it with you at the same time. And you can hold it for as long as you can. It doesn't have to be short. It doesn't have to be long. It's as perfect as you can make it. And that's as good as it is. And so we're going to inhale slowly. You can feel right away the sound that just vibrates through your whole body, your vocal cords that are in action as you're claiming your right to speak and as you're claiming your right to hear the sounds that are coming through your mouth, that are being created through your throat. And this is really the mantra to work with in order to resonate with the throat chakra. And so anytime you feel the need, you can always just chant this and it'll help you out. So I'll ask you slowly to come back, guys. You can start opening your eyes slowly but surely. Move your hands and feet. Just come back to awareness of where you are and out of the throat, but really into your environment, where you're at right now. Again, I'm using the bells because I want to show you guys the power of sound. Sound is so beautiful, and it really resonates with the throat in so many ways. And so today I really wanted to make the meditation a lot richer in sound, in terms of the little bells and in terms of the chanting and the mantra hum and the resonance that comes from that. So I really wanted to put you in touch with that and see how that feels for you. And just before we go, I'm just going to bring the card closer, just so that you can see it a little bit better here. And that's it for me today, guys. I'll be seeing you tomorrow. Tomorrow we're starting with the third eye, one of the most popular chakras out there that people know about. So have a good one, guys. I hope you enjoyed the meditation, and I'll be seeing you tomorrow.